Hello friends, my name is Tia Grubb and I'm happy to be your guide today. I'm a horror writer by day and a witch 24/7. This is the last in our series of energy basics. These are the practicals of interpretation, reading, and push-pull. Before we begin, I would highly recommend that you go back and look at the 4 discussions of grounding, meditation, reading interpretation, and push-pull. Links below. Things that you will need: your BOS Book of Shadows notebook, a candle, tea light is fine, a filter stone used to cleanse energy, hematite for emergency grounding, jewelry that belongs to someone else to study, salt and water to cleanse stone, kosher salt is best, paper cut in half, preferably white, a friend you can trust energetically. Ready? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let us begin. We will begin with the fundamentals. Best way to see or observe energy is to calm and center with the grounding cycle method, followed by a simple meditation. Finding stillness as we have done in past practicals. We first begin by lowering the lights, just above movie theater levels. We will begin with the flame. Light your flame and have your paper ready. You will see the glow of the flame, and as you do, gently look past the flame. Relax your eyes and focus about an inch away from the candle, and you'll begin to see a faint outline of color. Fire has the easiest to see aura. With your paper, bring it up to eye level and block half of the flame, and you will be able to see the aura of the flame just a little bit easier. Again, keeping the eyes relaxed. Move the paper over ever so slightly to cover the full flame, and now you should only see the aura of the flame. This is the same idea that you would use with objects and people. Practice with the paper, and you'll soon be able to do it without any other accessories needed, though low light will always be helpful. Please take this time to write your observations in your notebook and practice. With those observations of your technique and experience over time, you will be able to distinguish your interpretations and just what they mean to you, and watch your skills grow, and you will learn how to distinguish energies and how to work with or avoid. We will continue our energy work classes with a discussion of chakras, their presentations, and the meaning in Energy Work 202. We are moving on to push-pull. All these techniques that I'll be showing you today, you can practice with yourself and someone else. But if you are practicing with somebody else, please be mindful of who they are, what energies they use, and what protection you have available for yourself. When you are working with somebody else, I would recommend that you have obsidian, snowflake obsidian, anything of the obsidian family, something to cleanse the energy that you are going to be working with, because really you don't know what their personal emotional state will be. And in case of an emergency, if you become energetically overwhelmed or emotionally overwhelmed, I would recommend that you have hematite available. Ready? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let us begin. You will first need to prepare your filter stone and grounding stone. Today we will be using a snowflake obsidian and hematite. We will go into more detail about stones in a later class. Put your snowflake obsidian and hematite into a saltwater mix. Make sure the salt will not damage the stone. Some of the softer stones, like amber, can be damaged. If it cannot be done in salt water, just leave outside for 24 hours. Full moon is best, but not necessary. Now gather your stones and objects, and we will begin. Self-push-pull. Good for building energy, for casting, chants, and other magical works. We begin by grounding and meditation to find our stillness. Do this now. If you are unsure, please follow the links below to our grounding and meditation practicals. Now that you've found the stillness, hold your hands in front of your body. First, they should be touching. Begin to ground through your root, reach with your crown, and the energy should pass through your heart chakra. Begin to move the energy in a clockwise or counterclockwise fashion, whichever is comfortable for you. Generally, pushing energy should be done with the dominant hand. You begin by pushing the energy from your left hand through your heart chakra and down through your right hand and reconnecting to the left hand. Continue this movement of energy while grounding through your root and reaching with your crown chakra. And as you feel the energy build, move your hands further and further apart. You should feel a tingling or a feeling of magnetism, or however your body decides to interpret the energy. Play with the energy in your hands. Change the speed. Reverse the circle and note the difference. Practice this. As you begin to be able to control and move energy, you can apply this to other magical works. We move on to our filter stone, our snowflake obsidian. Hold the filter stone in your hand. This is used to cleanse your own aura and energy. Pull with your non-dominant hand, energy in, through your heart, and push with your dominant hand through the stone, reconnecting with your non-dominant hand. Connecting the circuit. Move that energy through, and you will be cleansing your own aura and personal energy. If there is an emergency and you feel overwhelmed with energy or anxiety or emotion of any sort, replace your filter stone with your grounding stone. You can use these methods to charge items such as tarot cards or charms that you are going to be keeping on your person. I will have more details of the method in the next section where we are working with our guests. Again, ground and meditate and find your stillness. Ground through your root. Reach up with your crown chakra. Open your heart chakra and let the energy begin to flow between your one hand and the other. Back with Genevieve, and she is going to help us show you how to do the thing. So when you are casting circle with other people, you're going to have to learn this technique to be able to build energy and focus energy towards your group goals. And as you saw what we did in the solo work, we're going to transfer that into doing it with your friends, your coven mates, whatever you want to call them. And as you learn this technique, you'll be able to do circle and use your focus and do your casting well. Responsibly, the rule of 3 times 3. Now, of course, we've already grounded. We've already done our meditation to make sure that our energies are even and as cleansed as humanly possible, because you don't really want to put on whatever energetic funk that you may have going on into the other person. To keep this from happening, I would recommend using snowflake obsidian. It is excellent as a natural way to filter energy back and forth, so you're not giving each other whatever is going on with you, depression and so on and so forth. Now we're going to begin. Hands. I want to just goof off. Okay. So we begin. And as you begin, I want you to envision your energy being green, as because you have grounded, and moving it counterclockwise, because that's the way I do everything, is counterclockwise. But you can do it clockwise if you want. So we begin by moving this energy through this hand up, over, into my hand, down and through my chakras, into this hand, and then through her and through her chakras. And as you're building this energy around, we're going to learn how to expand it into a shield or a sacred place and for casting in a group. So we begin. And we move energy. Deep breath in, pulling in the energy. Deep breath out, pushing the energy. And as you begin this, you should be able to feel whatever your body tells you interprets energy. Usually you get really grounded. You feel almost the heartbeat of the other person. Now, as we do, if you're doing circle, you can begin to pull away, but you hold that energy coming from one end, from the hands to the other hands, pull away, and you can begin to make your sacred space larger and larger. And so if you have a circle of 20 people and you can't hold hands, but you are 10 feet apart, you use this method of just pulling that string, that net, that border from each other, and you hold that energy. And this is why you see a lot of people in circle doing this move right here. This is why we do this move. So you go in, and now you're pushing, pulling energy, and you're going around the circle, and you're going to sometimes feel that tingling in your fingertips. And again, you should always be feeling a sense of being grounded through your solar plexus. Your core chakra should always be grounded, and your upper chakras, which we will go into in the next video, your upper energy should be free flowing. So we have it grounded and anchored, and then we have it a place for it to grow and move. Now you can kind of play here, and you can kind of, like, if you are with your friend, you should be able to feel that energy between the hands. Sometimes it comes across like heats, tingles. It even feels like a magnet. You kind of feel that push-pull of individual energies going back and forth. And as you do that, and you kind of do the sacred space, pull it down, and now you are connected. So when you are casting circle, that is the act of casting circle with yourself or other people. So say that we have gotten to a certain point and we've already done our loose circle. We're going to use this moss agate as a focal point for whatever our witchy desires may be. So this is when you're pushing your energy into the moss agate, and then you do with it as you will. And this also goes for like when you're in your private practice. Keeping a stone on you just to be on you is just having a rock in your pocket. The point is to use your energy of push-pull, pushing your energy through the moss agate through to yourself and making a link to the rock and let it do its job. So if you're keeping rose quartz in your pocket, you have to make sure that that link has been made so it can actually do its job. And if you want to gain more energy, citrine, any kind of the orangey stones, kind of a rule of thumb, can lend you that energy that you may need. So again, you can do this privately with push-pull and your circle of energy between you and the stone, so you gather the momentum and the energy and the focus and the purpose of the stonework. Because the way the crystalline features line up per stone affects how energy moves through it, kind of like a light and prism. Now we're going to go through the solo practice. Again, you're going to be using your energy, and this is for the purposes of building up to do casting. So we're doing our deep breaths, and through this we're going to do constant breathing. We're going to slow our heart down. Close your eyes or keep them open, whatever is comfortable for you. Again, you're moving that energy along, and you're going to be starting to feel that bubble happen between your hands. And then as you built up that energy for whatever you're casting for or whatever your focus is, you're going to start putting the flavor of whatever your spell work is, whether it is positivity, I'm wishing someone good luck, I want to heal someone, or other. And so once you have that ball of energy, you're able to bless or imbue that particular energy or feeling into objects, places, protection, or just a sense of calm for a child or whomever else that might need calming in your life. And then you can push it out, give it to whomever you want, give it to the world, give it to the universe. You say your prayer, you focused your energy, and you put it out in the universe. And that's what that means, is putting it out in the universe. It's more than just saying a blanket prayer in church. You're actually focusing your will and energy and putting it out for the gods to do with as they will. Now, we will talk about casting and spell work in a later class, because you really need to know to dot your I's and cross your T's when you're casting, because the gods do not suffer fools. You will learn your lesson really, really quick. Now, if you want to play a game, you can start doing it faster and faster, and you can try to make the energy build as much as possible. You build the energy into kind of a whirlwind dance, and you have to keep it positive, happy thoughts. Think of fairies dancing in the wind, happy thoughts. And you can almost get a sense of euphoria when you're casting with a group especially. And a lot of spell work and coven work ends with laughter, you're doing it right. And then you ground, let go of the excess energy, and we come back to our energetic center. Now we're going to talk about healing. If someone's very upset or has too much energy or overly emotional, this is a push-pull technique to help heal them. So we're going to begin. Let's say this is our person that needs to be grounded. And we are going to, I really hate hematite a lot. I don't like the way it feels in my hand. It makes me feel physically ill. We're going to put that hematite right there. So if she's emotionally distraught, upset, or whatever, put a grounding stone, and hematite is the grounding stone. There is none better, in my opinion. So you can hold her hands like so, and as you're pushing, when you're pushing your earth energy, because what you're going to do is you're going to envision earth energy coming up into your body, and then you're going to push that earth energy through her. And then you're going to push out that frantic energy through her hand, push it, pull it into yourself, and then push it into the ground. Instead of going across your heart, you're going to push that energy to your root, pull up more earth energy, and push it through your arm again. And we just do this circle. as you do that, you'll feel that grounded, almost like a weighted blanket kind of feel. Just take this little thing. And then we're going to just slowly breathe out. And it works really well when somebody is having a panic attack, an anxiety attack. If you do not have hematite, I recommend a candle. So you can look at that candle and use that as a focus point and a grounding point. With these observations, you'll be able to learn to distinguish what energy is what and what is safe and what is not safe to work with, and how your power and understanding and focus will grow over time. We will continue our energy discussions in 201. Our first class will be talking about chakras and personal aura energies. If you have any questions or comments or ideas for another video, please put it in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and bell if you're interested in continuing the Witchery series or interested in my other videos about my horror series, The Keening Chronicles, my writing, traveling, and life. I try to make videos every other Monday. Still curious? You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Tia M. Grubb.